Hello and welcome to another episode of HW Straight Drive with me, Anil Rajput, and our sports editor Mahesh Kutti. After the first and a controversial week of Indian Premier League, the second week had two games. The first, in which the Delhi Capitals fall like a pack of cards, and the other game in which Virat Kohli led side again disappointed. So Mahesh, which game do you want to discuss first?
I think the match that was played on Monday, that was between Delhi Capitals and the Kings 11 Punjab. Let's discuss that first.
The Delhi game had quite speciality. The first four players scored, Shikhar scored 30, Iyer scored 28, Pant scored 39 and Ingram scored 38. But the last 7 wickets fall for just 8 runs. What do you have to speak about that?
They felt like a house of cards. The whole momentum was shifted in the space of a few overs. But let me tell you, I think it all started with Shami getting rid of Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant played a rank back shot. He tried to hoik the ball towards mid-wicket, missed and he was bowled. And the momentum suddenly shifted there and then you could see a lot of things happening. You saw a brilliant run out by Ashwin. I think Ashwin is now showing a lot of aggression on the field. He seems to be wanting to prove something to probably the selectors.
Those 3 mistakes in the 3.
Yeah, the thing is that he wants to try and prove something to the selectors or to his players. What it is, I don't know, but he seems to be very aggressive in this IPL. And then what happened is that Curran came in and just polished off the tape. They lost the last 7 wickets for just 8 runs. And that is not acceptable. Especially when you have big mentors like Sourav Ganguly and coaches like Ricky Ponting, Mohammad Kaif, James Hope. So there is a lot of experience there in the dugout. It's very surprising that none of these guys told the batsmen they just need to go and pick up runs in just singles. It was a match to be won just in singles. There was no need for big boundaries. But I don't know what happened. It was complete harakiri. And suddenly they lost the match. And what a shame it is.
The Kings 11 Punjab made a big decision at the top order. Chris Gayle was dropped and Sam Curran was included. And he just took a hat trick.
Yeah, I think Gayle was injured. Let's accept that. But getting in Curran was a very smart move and telling him to go up the order. He scored a quick fire 20 in just 10 balls and then later on came and picked up all those wickets. To me, I think Punjab is going to go a long way because they have a captain who's very aggressive, wants to go out and try and win. You need a captain of that kind. And they've got, now their batting is also slowly coming into the game. Rahul is in form, which is very important for them. Once Gayle comes back, he'll be trying to prove himself, so he'll also try and hit the ball high and hard. So all these things augurs well for Punjab. I would be very interested to see how they go ahead in this tournament.
Before the start of tournament, we discussed that will Sarfaraz Khan because he was once owned for 3 crores and he was dropped for 25 lakhs. Will he able to justify his price? And look at Sarfaraz Khan's performance.
Sarfaraz, he's got talent. There's no doubt about that. Even when he played for the RCB, I think Virat Kohli in the initial years had very high regard of him. Somewhere it was an attitude, a physical problems. I don't know what it was. Maybe something went wrong and then he lost out on the RCB team. Yeah. Punjab picked him up for, like what you said, for just 25 lakhs. That's pretty cheap. He's got great skill. He's got great hands. So he'll try and also prove that he is a player that the other franchises should look forward to when they go to the auction next time. To me, Sarfaraz, you give him about 6, 7, 8 overs, he's very dangerous. Put him right up front, I don't think he'll really crack.
What does the Delhi Capitals need to do from the next match to able to not just fall like a pack of cards?
I would want to believe it was just an aberration and that it won't happen again. If you look at their team, they've got very, very good players. Look at the top 4. They've got Shikhar Dhawan, they've got Prithvi Shaw, they've got Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer. So they've got 4 good quality Indian batsmen and then they've got Ingram and Morris. So they all along they've got a very, very good side. Now whether this defeat will demoralize them so much that it will be difficult for them to come back, I wouldn't know, but I think this team has got a lot of potential. Especially they've got a lot of wise heads in the dugout, and I'm sure people like Ricky Ponting and Sourav Ganguly who's played a lot of cricket, hopefully will tell them, don't bother about what happened, just look into the future.
Now let's discuss a match where both the teams were contesting to gain their first 2 points. RCB versus Rajasthan Royals. What do you think went wrong again for RCB?
Cricket is a game that's played when your confidence is high, you perform well. They say the cricket is played between the 2 years. Now, look at the RCB team in general. Yesterday they dropped so many catches.
4 catches.
4 catches. It started off
With Virat Kohli.
the captain dropping Ajinkya Rahane in the first over. Now when something like that happens, I think Virat himself lacks confidence. And when he doesn't have confidence, that's going to rub out on the rest of the players. The way he got out was even more disappointing. He couldn't pick up the googly and he was clean bowled. When a batsman gets clean bowled without reading the ball, and a player of Virat's standard, he'll feel really bad. Next time around when he plays spinners, he'll keep playing on his mind. So he needs to come out of it. He needs to start taking the team ahead, leading them from the front. If he can't do that, they're going to really struggle big time. They're going to desperately try and get another point in the next match. I'm sure they'll try very hard, but it's not going to be that easy.
Before the start of the tournament, we even discussed that the Rajasthan Royal team like a good quality spinner. But in the yesterday's game, Shreyas Gopal just turned out the tables. He got AB de Villiers out, he got Virat Kohli out, he got Hetmar out. What do you speak about Shreyas Gopal?
I wouldn't be surprised if Shane Warne has got something to do with it, because he would have spent a lot of time with Shane Warne, and Shane Warne, as we all know, it's a master. Okay, so he would have taught him when to bowl the googly. He bowled very well. He had great figures, and he got both the champions out. He got Virat out, he got AB out.
And in a match like T20, he even got a maiden over.
So that says that he's got great control. See, for a leg spinner to have great control is very important. I think Shreyas Gopal has got that. As the tournament progresses, the pitches are going to get drier. And as it gets drier, you will see more and more of Gopal in the matches.
The only good thing about RCB yesterday was Parthiv Patel's performance. He was the only standout batsman. Do you think the team is now more relied on Parthiv Patel except AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli?
See, Parthiv, even when he was playing for the Mumbai Indians a couple of years back, he is a batsman who is very spunky. He'll quickly score you, give you some 30, 40, 50 runs. Okay, that's the nature of how Parthiv Patel plays. Even though wickets were falling at the other end, he held his end. I think he's been very, very good for RCB. And the problem for him is that he keeps getting a different opening partner. Yesterday again, Virat came as the opener. So in 4 matches, Virat has opened twice and he's got 2 different openers. So somebody needs to go and tell Virat Kohli that either he continues as an opener, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, because Parthiv Patel, according to me, will hold one side up and he can go for the shots. Now, we need to see whether, as we go ahead in the tournament, whether Parthiv Patel will be able to continue this kind of form.
Another problem for RCB is at bowling. The team has 3 young Indian bowlers. Like Umesh Yadav is not that young. Umesh Yadav gave 40 runs yesterday. Do you think the over-reliance on Indian bowlers is affecting the bowling performance?
If you look at it now, their bowling side, they're pretty good. They've got 4 international bowlers. They got Chahal, they got Umesh Yadav, Mohammad Siraj, and they've got Marcus Stoinis. And Moeen Ali. So actually they've got 4 proper good quality bowlers, and Siraj is an upcoming fast bowler. So in the bowling department, they're not bad. According to me, it's the leadership. I think right now Virat Kohli is doubting himself. His batting is getting affected. For India and for RCB, Virat Kohli as a batsman is far more important than Virat Kohli the captain. Because if he doesn't fire as a batsman, I think both RCB and India will suffer.
And what do you think, like, will the RCB be able to rise up? Like, they have got only 10 matches and they need to win almost around like 7 or 8 matches. Do you think they will make it to the playoff?
You know, when you're cornered and you have nothing to lose, you don't bother. You just go out and play. RCB is slowly getting into that zone. Once they get into that zone and they've got nothing to lose, they might just start expressing themselves better. Well, they've got great quality, let me tell you that. They've got AB de Villiers, Hetmar, Kohli. So there is a lot of firepower. It's really unfortunate that they haven't won even a single match. Especially the match against Mumbai, they should have won. Had that no ball been called and AB could have hit the next ball over the boundary, they could have won the first match. That could have actually changed the momentum for the RCB. Even yesterday, it was a pretty close match. However, I think Rajasthan Royals had the game covered right along. They didn't see, like, unlike Delhi, who wanted to finish the game probably 1 over before. Rajasthan Royals knew that they had to win in the 120th ball.
Second last ball.
So that's the way you got to play. You look at Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He doesn't try to finish the game in the 18th over, 19th over. He takes it right to the 20th over. You're given time to the 20th over to score the runs. Why do you want to finish the game in the 18th or 19th over? You play deep. Okay, you don't take risk. Delhi took a lot of risk and they lost.
Yes.
I hope that they don't repeat it. RCB needs to now sit down, plan, and just go out and just play the basics right. If they do that, they hold their catches, I think RCB can come back.
Do you think in the future matches RCB would make a many of changes as Simon Hetma is not playing? He's played 4 matches and haven't scored well.
Yeah, he's been a big disappointment for me. I had great expectation from Hetma because, I mean, all over West Indies, they all believe that he has great talent and all that. But he just didn't rise up to the occasion. Hopefully they'll pick up somebody. I don't know, even Grandhome did not play too well. It was Stoinis' first game. So the over-dependence on Virat and AB is actually burdening them so much that they also are unable to perform. You should always remember, AB scored a brilliant 70-odd runs against Mumbai, but the other matches he has not been able to fire. He has not been playing proper cricket for almost a year because he's out of international cricket. When somebody is out of international cricket, he gets a little rusty. That's exactly what's happened to AB. So when AB is not firing and if Virat is getting too much burdened by all these things, I think RCB is going to struggle.
Hope the RCB win its first match in the upcoming days of IPL as we are in the middle of the tournament and we need to see a great matches. Till then, it's goodbye from all of us.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.